Hey everyone. So, just to bounce off of my, oh yeah, you got this wrong about nominate thing, I thought I would try and do some more short ones like that because those seem to just seem better and when spoken out loud than my longer form ones that I've been trying to do but haven't really had success in doing yet. So this is what you got wrong about Xion. So, fun fact, Xion is technically Sora from Kingdom Hearts 1. See, it's kind of made ambiguous at one point she got Sora's memories and at what point she got her own personality, but let's say for sake of an argument, the second Sora walked into Castle Oblivion and Xion got pulled out, she's had a complete copy of Sora's memories the entire time. This would explain why she is just a blank slate at the time, yet can use magic as proficiently as she does. Because Sora, during Hollow Bastion, when he loses his Keyblade, is still way too overpowered with his magic. And I mean this. Sora's wooden sword does nothing. This means that all of Sora's physical strength just doesn't matter. Like, he isn't physically strong. It's the Keyblade that's making him stronger. No, it is his magical strength that is the strongest. After all, in every single version of the game that I've played, Sora's magic stat will always naturally be higher than his physical stat. His Keyblade has to enhance him more than it does his magic stat. Um, I could probably just do an entire everything you got wrong about Sora, but that might be a bit boring. So just to keep it concise, even in Kingdom Hearts 1, his magic was a lot higher than his physical would be, especially with Ripple Drive, which takes from his magic stat. So it makes sense that Xion is also magically inclined. Now, here's the misconception. Riku does not remember her. Uh, Sora never met her. Roxas forgot her. Axel kind of does remember her because he is a complete person at the end of it, and the heart remembers what the mind does not. That's the entire reason why Castle Oblivion doesn't affect Sora as much as it does anybody else, because he's a lot more heart than he is mind. Kyrie technically counts as a Xion stand-in, but yeah, whatever. Might as well explain it right now. So each of the trios matches up to a different character. Terra to Roxas, obviously, and I would honestly have to say, because he leaves, Roxas. They all go off on their own, just completely disregarding their friends. Now, you might think, oh, does this mean Axel lines up to Sora? Well, yes and no. See, I see Axel as lining up more towards, ironically enough, Kyrie, because Axel is the one to get left behind. He's the one trying to put in all of the work to make all of the friends. He's the one that is just there for them. Meanwhile, the other two, one not willingly and one by choice, leave him. Just like Sora unwillingly uh, leaves Kyrie alone, technically, while Riku willingly leaves everybody alone. As for Xion, she matches up to Sora. Literally, she was Sora until she gained her own personality. And here's the thing that really bugs me. Naminé matches up to Xion. Everybody agrees on this. But nobody ever agrees that she matches up to Sora because, oh, Naminé and Xion are a lot sadder than Sora is. But if you really take 2 seconds to look at Sora's adventures versus Kairi, you will see that Sora always gets more down in the dumps and has a lot more emotions than any of the others. Roxas is very angry. That makes sense considering what Kingdom Hearts 1 Riku was. He matches up to Kingdom Hearts 1 Riku. Meanwhile, Kairi just doesn't exist for most of the game. So that's the reason why, when you look at the, I just realized something. Vanitas should match up to Riku, because he's angry, he's trying to get with his other half, but yeah, he kind of tries to get Ventus to join back with him, trying to get one away from others. I hate to say it, but he's kind of like the reverse of Kairi in some ways, while also being exactly like her in others. Not completely, don't get me wrong, they're not a one-to-one. None of these characters are one-to-ones. These are just the archetypes they match up to. Because Vanitas is pure darkness, while Kairi is pure light, which matches up to Ventus. In fact, both share a place in Sora's heart. Huh. Yeah, Vanitas matches up to Kairi a lot more on second glance. Because they're also weirdly proficient for Keyblade wielder. Both have a connection to Sora that most wouldn't really understand. Both have technically come back from death. Both have been pulled out of their body, technically, and technically being kept by another vessel. Huh, yeah, Vanitas and Kairi match up, which also means they match up to, Axel. Huh, those three don't match up. That's weird. That's weird. Well, Riku Replica matches up to Riku because, hey, they're a Riku, blah blah blah. Who also matches up to Roxas, who is a clone of two very distinct other people. What is with them making a weirdly good amount of sense this way? Which leaves the Wayfinder trio. I could talk for hours on end why this trio is often miscategorized, but Tira is a one-to-one for Riku. That's just no issue. He willingly leaves, so that one makes sense. Also matches up to Roxas. They're all very angry. They're all very corrupted by others. Now here's the other part. Ventus matches up to Kairi a lot more because they're both pure lights, pure hearts of light. They both interact with Sora a lot, especially as kids. Sora literally takes in their hearts to repair them for a length of time. And both are used to complete the Keyblade, and both technically get killed in some sense, with half of Ventus's heart being literally ripped out of him, literally stolen by Xehanort, while Kairi literally had her heart shattered by Xehanort. So those two match up a lot more than you would think, which leaves Aqua and Sora. They're cleaning up other people's messes. They're the one that gets left behind and are having to rush after the other two. They're the one having to protect everyone. They're the ones that see the aftermath of what people have done, and yet are often regarded as the weakest of the trio for many reasons. The only reason why people try to liken Aqua to Kairi is that they're both girls. But in all honesty, Sora would have gotten rank of master and we would have seen them as direct parallels. Heck, they're even both mages. That's a pretty big thing. I know this has not been all about Xion, so let's end this off with the massive Xion point that I made this video for. The Xion at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3, because it is A, never shown on screen, and B, never stated anywhere, is the one from the past. Sora's Xion in his heart is still there. We got shown that during Dream Drop Distance. That heart never got released. This is Xion from the past, which either creates a paradox or a Gamora situation. Hell, I'm wanting to say it's a Gamora situation, if anything, where technically everything was corrected, it's just that they're allowed to exist because the universe just decided to go for a smoko instead of, actually taking care of this discrepancy. Also, the fact that Xion technically is just a bunch of line of code, so she might have been pulled the day before she was meant to die, and then it just got sort of rebooted because it was like a computer code or something like that. That would probably make the most sense. Which means Sora still has Xion in his heart. Which means he still technically has multiple selves. Speaking of Dream Drop Distance, you know what? Never mind. That's not important. May your heart be your guiding key, and blah blah blah. Honestly, I can't wait for Lushu to come back and Sora to kick his ass 7 ways to Sunday with ease, and everybody's just like, since when can you beat the guy trained under the Master of Masters? And Sora's just sitting there like, what, like it was hard? Till next time.